Okay, real quick, let me give you my plan B. This is something that everybody can do. You should do today. You should start right now. Okay, first thing, get your passport. We just sent ours in to renew because mine was expiring next month. Very bad timing, unfortunately, because who knows what's going to happen in the next few months. And I want to be able to have the option to leave and take my family with me if we need to. That's the first thing. Get your passport renewed or get it now. Two, have real assets, real money. So if the dollar collapses or we have hyperinflation and grass-fed beef goes from $8 a pound to 50, something like this can literally save you and your family's life. You don't want to be beholden to the little bit of fake money in your bank account or your paycheck. You want real tangible assets. These are silver rounds. They're widely recognized. It's a common, it's like the buffalo or the Indian one. I forgot what they call it. Also gold. Silver is great because you can transact with it. It's super easy. It's very recognizable. And I actually like junk silver a lot. So this is junk silver. These are constitutional junk silver. So it's certain coins from the US that used to include silver because they used to put silver in coins when it was real money. When we went off the gold standard, they started taking all the silver out of coins. Now coins are made of like zinc and whatever. They basically have no value. These old coins, though, are easily recognized and they have silver content. One of my favorite ones is actually the Roosevelt dime, which I believe is 1964 or earlier. I'm not sure on the dates on that. You gotta look that up. This is 90% silver and it's super small. It's probably in denominations where you could transact with it if things really went bad and people started accepting something like this for money. Something that's a little bit bigger, like maybe a quarter is worth more. And so like you wouldn't want to use that for certain transactions. You want smaller transactions and you can't really chop a quarter up. And so you have to get change back. So it becomes very complicated. You're trying to find something that can buy something that has purchasing power and you want different denominations because there's not really going to be a change situation for the most part. So constitutional silver, recognized silver rounds, gold as well, which I don't have with me. I actually have my gold stored in vaults outside of the country. There's like gold money. There's Onegold. There's some other services that do that. I won't get into today. Okay. Having $1,000 in silver, maybe $1,000 in gold, and maybe $1,000 in Bitcoin. If the dollar collapses, you at least have a couple months potentially of food, of living, etc. Maybe even more than that because it's likely that these things will skyrocket in purchasing power as more trust goes to these, as all the confidence leaves the dollar. Buy these, hold them. Don't sell, don't look at the price. Just literally buy them and hold them. It's your emergency fund. It's your rainy day fund. Passport, gold, silver, Bitcoin. Third one, real quick. This is kind of it's not necessary. If you have a lot of things, if you have things that have any value, I have these lenses, for example. I had 8 more that I've sold on eBay. I'm not using them. I got my one lens set up. I got my one camera. I have my old camera that I was using when I first got into YouTube and whatever. I have my favorite lens of all time that fits this camera, but it's not a full frame, so it doesn't fit that. I'm selling all this. I was thinking to myself, I'll use it someday or whatever. And it just sat over here. And I keep thinking to myself, it's just a waste of money. This is worth money now. And every day that goes by, it's worth less. This is a depreciating asset. Okay. So I might as well sell it now for a higher going rate because every year new lenses come out and the costs come down. Right. And then if I need this lens again, like if I need an 85 millimeter for portraits, for example, I'll just buy the newest one off Amazon, get it in 2 days. If you have things like this, liquidate them. Take that money, convert it into silver, gold, and Bitcoin. This is not investing advice, by the way. This is what I'm doing. This is what I recommend everybody do. Okay, this is a plan B. Have some ammo. If you own firearms, make sure you have ammo. I won't get into that more than beyond that, but it is a constitutional right to own a firearm. And with as crazy as things have been, I can't imagine not having that for personal protection, for protecting my family. The last thing is have some food that lasts a while. So have some backup food option. We have a ton of frozen meat in the freezer in the garage. I have 100 pounds of rice it's about 75,000 calories per pound of rice, white rice only, because brown rice is just no bueno. We have a bunch of avocado oil and some nut butters and lard and some other things that store very well. Some of them shelf stable. We keep them downstairs in the pantry. We have extra things of honey because honey doesn't go bad and tons of calories. If we have a food shortage, that can happen. We're already seeing disruptions in farming and the government forcing farmers to burn potatoes and all kinds of nonsense, okay? That's one thing. If we have hyperinflation, usually hyperinflation, where the dollar loses its purchasing value, you're going to see that in food first. And then that's going to lead to food shortages and a skyrocketing in food cost. Having a month or a couple months of calories backed up so that if we do have a crazy emergency situation, could potentially save you lots and lots of money and or your life. Whatever you can store away in food that's shelf stable, it's going to last a while, $500, $1,000, whatever you can get away with, highly recommend doing that. Especially if you're planning hungry down here and you're not really trying to like leave the country or anything, have as much as you can. So let's review. Get your passport, most important thing. Real money, gold, silver, Bitcoin, not investing advice. 3, if you have guns, have some ammo. If you've been thinking about getting a gun, buy a cheap 9mm. You can get it for like a few $100s. Make sure you know how to use it, respect it, etc. 4, Sell as much as you can. Liquidate anything that you can get money for or get fake dollars for, and then convert that fake dollars into real money. Have food. And then finally, a bonus tip, research some places you would go. So we've been looking at Costa Rica and Lisbon, Portugal. Vietnam's actually on our radar. I've been hearing some amazing things about Vietnam and the expat lifestyle down there by the beach and good weather and good food and whatever. So that's probably something we're gonna look into. So if they do some crazy nonsense, mandatory vaccines or other things like that, we're leaving and I'm gonna sell the house. I hope this doesn't happen, but 2020 has made it so I can't ignore this. And so everybody should build their plan B and just have it there, right? Owning silver and gold is probably gonna help you. It's probably gonna continually rise in value as a hedge, as it does, right? Against the fake money that keeps getting printed. And so gold and silver is gonna hold its value for the most part. It might even eventually skyrocket in value. So this could be something that benefits you even if nothing collapses, so you might as well do that. Selling these things to get more cash to convert into other things for your safety is, again, not gonna hurt you. I would have done nothing with this and it would have continually every year been worth less. If you want more explanation of this, I go into that more over at the Escaping Fragility Show on YouTube. You can join the AM5 newsletter over at colin.coach and you'll get all those. So you gotta do it for yourself, your family, etc. Boo boo, look. What is this?
Mommy.
What is it?
Silver.
Oh, you said it! Silver. I didn't even know I told you that. You gonna put it back in there?
You don't remember when he...
You gonna put it back in there? Here. Can you say real money?
Mommy.
Okay, that's it. So go over to Colin.coach, get on the AM5 newsletter. You'll get the bigger guide here, and of course more content like this to help you with a plan B, help you escape fragility, which that's what our modern society is. It's extremely fragile, and I suspect. Are you wet? You're. I hope you're not peeing on me right now.
He's not peeing on you.
Okay, it's definitely just seeping into my pants.
Silver.
Silver.
Peace.
Oh, here, go ahead. And teach your kids about money, actually about money. They don't teach that in school for a reason, because the government wants you indoctrinated to pay taxes and be a debt slave. I won't get into that today, but teach kids about money. Get them stacking silver. Literally what he's doing right now, stacking silver. Can you say bye?
Bye.